Welcome back to the Delaware Way. Good news about Delaware gas prices. Here to talk about it is Ken Grant, the Manager and Public and Government Affairs Officer at the AAA Mid-Atlantic. Thank you, sir, for being here. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So here's the good news and the bad news, and you tell me if I'm right about this, that we now, it seems like, have the lowest gas prices in the area, but not necessarily because ours went down. Everybody else went up.
Everybody else went up. New Jersey went for the longest time without a gas tax increase, and when they saw their infrastructure needing assistance quickly, they had to pass the largest gas tax increase in the nation's history at 23 cents. So that just went into effect. Pennsylvania just did a minor increase in their gas tax. So yeah, Delaware's looking pretty for the region right now. The question that we have, and we're trying to take a look at the numbers to see if this is leading to a difference in the commuters who maybe live in one state, work in another. And anecdotally, we heard from several people who said, you know, I would always buy my gas in New Jersey before because it was cheaper.
Well, they're seeing now, it's funny you say that, because in New Jersey, they're seeing a hit to the economy because people no longer are going, well, I'm going to wait till I get to Jersey to gas up.
Right.
And as you're probably finding out from your research, it's not just the gas. There is a residual effect.
Absolutely. I mean, all of the convenience stores, everybody kind of sees that, that trickle effect taking place.
So when somebody stops for gas, they're going to go in, they might buy a sandwich, they might buy groceries. There's a whole lot of other things. They might buy lottery tickets.
I think the Wawa model is, you know, lure people in with lower gas prices, but then offer them all the other amenities and make up for the profit there.
So if you can do that statewide, it's going to help the economy statewide, or at least that's what it happens in theory.
In theory, and again, we're taking a look at the numbers to see if this translates into an increase in the revenue for the Transportation Trust Fund here in Delaware. If more people are buying their gas in Delaware than they used to, then Delaware could end up benefiting from that.
And the importance of that, you taking a look at that, if it were to be true that yes, it does increase the economy, is it might stave off a tax increase here.
Right now, Delaware has all the money in the Transportation Trust Fund that it needs to fund the projects that are going on right now.
I'll still make the point, but if they find that there's actual benefit to this, to having the lowest gas prices in the region, that would be more onus not to touch that.
Absolutely.
Because it's money in, money out.
Right. And of course, one of the things that we're working on this year with the legislative session is trying to get the second leg of a constitutional amendment passed, which would further protect the Transportation Trust Fund.
Boy, that would be so important. And just the Transportation Trust Fund has always been a lucrative fund, extra money that politicians are able to put their hand in this, take some of that money and put it into the general fund so they don't have to raise taxes. That's pretty much it, right?
That's a fair assessment, yes.
And so what's happened, not only in Delaware, but in other states, and that's what happened in New Jersey, is that the Transportation Trust Fund was depleted and depleted and depleted and depleted until the fact where it was a crisis and you couldn't fix roads the way they needed to be fixed anymore.
Correct. Currently, there's about 20 states that have some kind of a constitutional provision protecting the Transportation Trust Fund. We're hoping that Delaware joins that group soon.
I did not know, and forgive me for not knowing this because it makes so much sense. So the AAA is an advocacy group for these type of things?
AAA for more than 100 years has been an advocate for drivers, for motorists, and in the 1930s, AAA was fighting against speed traps. We have consistently fought for safer roads, for easier access for all motorists. We got the national park system, again, going back to the 1920s and 1930s when the national parks were first getting started. We fought for access for motorists.
And now you're fighting for this constitutional amendment in Delaware?
We believe that it is a very good measure. We think that the states that have passed it have enjoyed the benefit of knowing that that Transportation Trust Fund is secure.
I never knew. You know, here I'm a member, I'm a AAA member, and I didn't know that I had my own lobbyist.
You do?
But I was paying a lobbying firm all that time. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you being here. Ken Grant is Manager of Public and Government Affairs for AAA Mid-Atlantic. That is the Delaware Way for this week. Go to www.kjwp2.com to replay segments from this show or previous shows, and leave your comments about what you've seen on today's show on our Facebook page, or you can reach me on Twitter at the Delaware Way or at Larry Menti. We may read your thoughts on a future show. I'm Larry Menti. That's it for the Delaware Way this week. See you again next week.